we met each other in 2014, if I remember well, when I was just finishing my studies, and Xavier hired me in a previous employer to work with him here in Belgium.
Yeah, so he was my employee at this time, and it was his first job, and there was a good connection. Because from the beginning, it was clear that the impact for the pharmaceutical industry would have been huge, and this is the case, and this was the case. So the idea was to build a business plan step by step, to review the law and to see what kind of services can be provided, and then to build the services. So there was a need. We were used to provide services to the pharmaceutical industry, so it was in our DNA to provide and to build this structure to address the needs of our clients. Working together.
It's still. What was the biggest challenge? I would say educate the market, because when we founded the company, it was not so obvious for all of our customers at the beginning to understand the impact of this new regulation, the GDPR, but also the next that are also coming on the as a trend in the world. It was not so easy to make sure that they were understanding the impact on their business.
Addressing the new data protection regulation. This is the main challenge.
Yeah.
In fact, GDPR exists since 5 years. But now we see a lot of new data protection regulation in any country, in fact. And the main difficulty is to align what we build for the GDPR with this new data protection regulation, because the foundation of this data protection regulation can be totally different from the GDPR. So we have to realign what we are doing to address this new regulation. And from what I see, and especially for the operational team, it's the most difficult and most complex challenge to address.
The team and the values that have been also decided together with the team are making us very proud about MyData-TRUST, what MyData-TRUST is also becoming. Seeing so huge number of persons working together, when you think that 5 years ago we were only 2 in 15 square meters, it's making me very proud of them and of us.
Yeah, me too. More than the success itself, it's the fact that we were able to hire a lot of young people directly coming from the university, and to see them increasing every day and every month and having more insurance in providing presentation and becoming more and more professionals in their way of working. This makes me very proud. And on the same way, for the most experienced people, to see them extremely motivated in being part of this big journey, it's also very, very important for me. And it's much more important than just the success.
MyData-TRUST is a company specialized in data protection and providing data protection and data privacy services exclusively dedicated to life sciences industry. So our services can be more widely divided between 4 main blocks: education and training, risk assessments, legal support, and the externalization of the role of a data protection officer and data protection representative. And then with these main blocks can be adapted to the different data protection regulations we are going to address, the GDPR, which was the main focus of the company when we founded it. But now the FADP in Switzerland, the UK GDPR, the LGPD in Brazil, and certainly others to come.
Yeah, 2 types of profile. The first one is clinical professionals. This is key because we are active in this field. So our people, they must be expert in the GDPR, but we have a training of 6 months to train them and to give them all the information about the GDPR to make sure that they are expert. But basically, they must have some knowledge about clinical research. It could be clinical research, it could be scientific background, but some knowledge of science. This is key. And the second profile is lawyer, because it's a regulation. So it's a law. So we need lawyers to give us advices about the implementation. When we have a doubt, when we have a question to discuss, we need to discuss that with experts in the law.